Hey traders, it's Ryan from leprivatebanker.com. Just going to do a quick daily recap for Gold and Crude here. So I'm going to go into some more depth on gold, and I'll just quickly touch base on crude. So starting with gold, just going to run through what I see on the day here. So first things first, I'm going to start off with the weekly chart. I mean, we can clearly see on this chart that we were in some pretty major consolidation. The price ranges were sort of starting to compress, and we formed a quite narrow, tight balancing area where we see a call-in effect happen on the weekly bars on gold. We can also see that we're trading below the fast moving averages, and the moving averages are currently getting pulled towards price. So obviously once this starts to happen, something's got to give one way or the other, and one party will win the battle. So what we can clearly see here is that we see a clear breakout of this wedge pattern that we've seen forming. I mean, currently, I suppose the trading range is from this high to this low, so this is the current bracket that we're looking at the minute. So obviously now we've broken out of this area, then we're possibly looking for a destination of 1233s and a retest of the 1200 even for gold. So this is on a weekly time frame. As you can see, like I said, there's major consolidation, so we're looking for an upside or downside breakout, and then you trade with the breakout. So what we have seen is obviously a breakout to the sell side, so today was a great opportunity to sell with the imbalance to the sell side. So this is a weekly chart, so this to start to zoom in on a smaller time frame here. So I'm going to go to a daily chart now, and I'm going to show you the same data, but obviously on a more compressed range, more detailed view. Obviously on daily, weekly to daily. So you're looking from macro to micro, and so again, this is the price wedge that we start to see come into play. So once we see this high put in this year and two-way trade coming back into the market, we just see this major balancing from the 1275s up to the 1300s. Sorry, the 1330, 1335 area. So and as you can see again, the moving average is just basically in the middle of the range, very flat, and just the market trading above and below them, with price getting pulled towards the mean averages. And as I said, today we see a nice breakout of this compression coiling market. So I mean, we see a couple of attempted directional breakouts, but as I said, we just started to coil and see range compression and just real balanced two-way trade into the market. So now we've broken out of this very, very strongly as well. I mean, notice how this bar opened and closed with no excess at the high or low, showing a whole engulfing day to the sell side. So obviously, like I said, the next destination is going to be the lower end of this range. That's what we're sort of heading towards now. At the 1200s is a clear target for the near future. Obviously, we could find some balance. We could find off will come back into the market, but with regards to context at the moment, obviously the market's made a decision, and we've completely seen a change in equilibrium here regards price value. Like I said before, we were trading in this range, and we've now seen a complete disconnect in the market. So the market now will start a new auction, and we'll see this new auction play out now. We'll either see balance come into the market and then continue breakouts, or we'll see a reversion back to the previous trading range, or we can see an all-out obviously selling auction come into play, and obviously, like I said, the destination becomes the lowest. So just zooming in onto some smaller time frames now. I'm going to start off with the composite that I was tracking. So this is pretty much a longer term sort of composite for this year almost, so since the year high and low, and we can see that we were just trading at the mean price. We had this huge accumulation forming here between roughly 1310s and 1275, 1280s, and as you can see, this is where this major consolidation has been over the last couple of weeks. Last night off of the open, obviously we had a holiday yesterday, and I'll talk about this more in a minute. We opened right at the mean, and we just see I'm going to split this out so you can see. We see the market just sell off to the range low of where we were trading, and this is where we see this micro balance come in here, which I'll show you in more detail shortly. And then into the gold pit open, we just see them sell it straight off the open. Small balance area coming in at its extremes, and we just continue to sell off to pretty much the value area low for this whole composite here. So So we're now sort of entering into this distribution. So obviously we would expect the prices, we'd expect to see 1241s tested now, which is obviously the higher volume area that we traded in previously. So price should obviously get gravitated to 1242. I mean, we could come in and fill in some volume along the way down here and see some balancing come in, but I'd say for the near term, the 1241s is the near destination for this market. Just going to zoom in a little bit further now. Let's go through the VWAPs quickly. And I mean, today we literally just opened up at the yearly mean VWAP, and we finally traded and tested this value area low. I mean, you can see a couple times we come down here and we sort of started to find some offer from the half standard deviation of this year's developing value. And as I said, today off the open we just sold straight off from the mean down to the developing value area for the year, and testing last year's value now. So obviously again this is a key area here because we did find offer in this area before now, so, and we do have a very flat VWAP, yearly VWAP. So obviously going into years and 1.5 standard deviation for the year, is going to be some key points to look at, key levels to sort of look at in the near going into the next couple of weeks of trading. Going in, just looking at the quarterly, I mean, you can see this whole quarter was very balanced. Last quarter we pretty much just created value in the previous month's quarter, and we've just seen loads of overlapping value areas. And this quarter we're still very small, balanced rotational. I mean, we are heading towards the last quarter's value area low here, so again 1251s could be an interesting area, but as I said here, I suppose we are still looking very rotational on the higher time frame, so it'd be interesting to see how this market continues to play out now that we've had an attempted directional breakout of the value we was trading in for the last couple of weeks. This quarterly, this month, sorry, you can see we're still very rotational, but we've seen a major disconnect now. So as price starts to accumulate more volume down here, value will get pulled down, and either we'll do two things: we'll see mean reversion, or we'll see continued imbalance in the market, which we can continue to look to sell. So going into today's trade, obviously we were looking to sell in the market. This is where we opened up on the 820 in the gold pit open, and you can see, as you can see, the market is very imbalanced. I mean, we're just rejecting the developing value. We've completely disconnected away from that previous value, which was from Friday's trade. If you go to chart settings in Sierra chart and you go to advanced settings, you can exclude dates. As you can see, I've excluded yesterday because it was a bank holiday, so I'm not interested in that trade. So this is Friday's trade. As I said, we completely disconnected. We've seen a breakout below the range now, so we're in outside day in price exploration mode, and we're very imbalanced to the sell side. So off of the open, we're literally outside the 1.5 standard deviation, trying to sell the market. And off the open they sold it down. You see the initial balance form, we see a pullback to the initial balance high, lining up with the developing value area high, and this was your short allocation to the downside if you was not already short today. And obviously the destinations became pretty much the 1286, 85s, and there was some lower levels on the higher time frames that we could look to target here, but I mean the idea would have been just to hold until the market come into balance and then close into the close. So I mean, you would probably got a decent target into the close, and we also hit that full 5-beat extension on the initial balance. And as you can see on the profile, this was this previous sort of distribution that I said, where we see that small balance area came in. So first of all, off the open we see a complete disconnect, we see some balancing at this previous range, and then we just broke down, see a little bit of two-way trade and a complete meltdown in this market. As you can see here on the TPOs, I mean, these are previous balance days, and this is a complete elongation. So we actually really didn't have any value or price established on today's trade. So going into tomorrow's trade, we need to start referencing these anomalies in the market, and obviously start to reference these micro sort of balances, and more importantly the day range. So as I said, we had no real sort of price value established with regards to lean off of here. So that's just what I see on gold. I mean, I'll just go through one thing here, and as you can see on these 240-minute candlesticks, that this was this real balance area that we just put into play. And as you can see, we just completely come down, and we just all the stops that are below here and here have all just been taken out now. So this whole area have just been, anybody who was accumulating longs in this market has obviously been stopped out now, and there's only obviously currently shorts in the market. in the market at the minute. I mean, this is the near-term reference, but it does look like we're going to continue to break down here and establish a new value area, a new trading range to trade in now. So that's just interesting, and as I said, as soon as you break out this range, I mean, you don't want to be fading that, you just go with the imbalance to the sell side. Let's take a quick look at crude oil here. I mean, crude oil was very rotational today. I'm just going to quickly go over it. I mean, we see new all-time highs this year on the back adjusted contract, and we're currently trading above the 1.5 standard deviation and above last year's value. And as you can see today, I mean, we did see an inside day and some balanced two-way trade coming into this market, but the 5 exponential moving average did hold a support, and we did find short-term buyers into this level. And if we do look at today's trade, I mean, you can see a responsive seller came in at the open. Maybe someone's covering some of the long position, and we see two-way trade as buyers were responsive from this lower balance area from where we broke out before. So if we quickly split this out, we can see that lower balance area, and we can see this the breakout from that balance, which led into the new year high. And as you can see, we come down and start to reference this high here, and where we previously found responsive buyers into the 103.50s area. So I mean, this market's still looking quite strong. I would expect obviously some the pathway resistances to the buy side, and we are referencing the 1.5 standard deviation on this month now. So the computer algorithms are referencing this 1.5 standard deviation, and the market is still showing an imbalance to the sell side presently. I'll pretty much leave it at that. I mean, we'll just quickly look at the small balance area that's coming on crude here. So obviously, if we start to break down below this 1360s, then maybe we'll see a revisit of this previous training range. But if not, then we're looking to continue to the upside and test this channel mean, and probably take out the $110 a barrel where we were trading last year, and we see some poor highs putting into the news. So I would expect that area to come and get cleaned up. Anyway, I'll leave it at that for now, and I hope you had a good day's trading, and I'll catch you on the forum, and take care and goodbye.